Hello everybody, this is Stonewall, and I just finished watching the live stream from COD XP, and just some thoughts on the multiplayer and the single player campaign. So one of the first things I want to say about the campaign is it seems to have something in it that's been missing for a long time in Call of Duty, in my opinion, and that is a little bit of humor. So there's a couple of jokes that they crack at the in the campaign gameplay they showed, and to me, Call of Duty has a tendency to take itself a little bit too seriously in the campaign, and there's no real good moments for any kind of humor. So I really appreciated that in the campaign gameplay there. So in multiplayer, I'm curious to see how some of these weapon variants and salvaging weapons and that kind of thing works out. From what I can tell and what I understand about it, you get to choose which guns you get a special version of, and I really like that. That was one of the weaknesses in Advanced Warfare. You couldn't pick what variants you got. You just got random variants, and just based on how lucky somebody was as to whether they get, the best weapon in the game or the best variant in the game. So from this, it looks like you kind of earn those variants and choose how you want to spend your salvaged materials. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. So the next thing was a little bit of concern. One of the streaks I noticed appeared to be similar to the canine streaking ghosts. I'm just hoping that they balance it well. Later on in the life cycle of the game for ghosts, it wasn't a big deal because everybody was used to dealing with it and everything. But early on, the dog was just a pain to deal with, and it would jump 15 feet away and you were dead instantly. So I'm hoping they figure out some way to balance that in Infinite Warfare. So some of the other stuff, we'll have to see how all of the loadouts work. They appear to be, similar to Black Ops 3, and I'm not sure if they'll be closer to Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3 in terms of how you use the abilities. I don't know if it'll be earned or have just a very limited usage once per life or something like that. I'm not sure. I thought it was interesting that some of the perks you could get actually change your movement a little bit, so you can slide further or faster, that type thing. So I think that's going to be interesting for gameplay. Another thing is the active camouflage. I noticed that. One of the things, if you've watched me much, or if you've played with me, and I really like semi-automatic weapons. I'm really hoping for some good semi-autos, also some good shotguns. I like to go back to Ghosts as having some of my favorite shotguns. Of course, Black Ops 2 had some really good ones. Advanced Warfare, they were alright. But I really like playing with weapons that require a little bit more skill, at least in my opinion, and they're a little bit of a challenge. Shotguns, you have to figure out how to get around the map without being too exposed, otherwise you're just going to run around and die a lot.
That's a kill.
And I know they really can't do a very realistic range for a shotgun due to balance, but I'd really like to see some decent range on the shotguns. The Brecci here has some pretty good range, but the balance there is that you got to shoot them multiple times at that range, or really at any range with the Brecci. One of my biggest complaints with things like the Shiva and even the MX Garand, the fire rate cap is really low. But I guess it's to keep people from using, modded controllers and trying to, beat the system a little bit. So I can understand a little bit of the reasoning there, but with somebody who has a decent trigger finger, it's kind of frustrating when they have that low of a fire rate. So that's one of the things I'm hoping for. The game overall looks really good, and I know a lot of what they show is, you know, set up or something like that. It may not be exactly how you would play, and it seems fairly chaotic, fast-paced. Definitely polar opposite of the Battlefield 1 beta that I played just a little bit of the other day, which feels really slow. I mean, the map that you're playing on is huge for one thing, but that's the way Battlefield kind of is in comparison. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Do you think it looked good? Are you gonna get it or wait or whatever? So there is a beta coming up. I'm not sure when it'll be out on Xbox, but PlayStation 4, it should be out October 14th is what they're saying, if you pre-order the game. Alright, so this is Stonewall signing off, and I'll see you in another video.